Guys, who doesn't want to eat this? Beautiful pine nut tart with yuzu and passion fruit sabayon. I'm going to show you how to make it right now, so let's go. Alright, first we need to make our pine nut crust. So we're going to take 280 grams of raw pine nuts. And we're going to pulse these just a couple times. Just want to break them up just a little bit. And then to that, we're going to add 70 grams of granulated sugar. And then 360 grams of all-purpose flour. Then we want to just pulse this till it resembles tiny grains of sand. You want to be able to just lightly press it and it forms just a little bit but then breaks apart. Next we want to take our flour, put it out on our worktop. Then you just want to form a well. We want to just add our egg. And then add 225 grams of room temp unsalted butter. We just want to incorporate the butter, the flour, and the egg all together. I'm just kind of cutting the butter into the flour. We're still going to mix it up. We're still going to knead it just a little bit, but it'll feel a little dry on you, but trust me, it'll all come together. We'll go ahead and flatten it out. Then we'll go ahead and wrap this, pop it in the freezer for about 20 minutes, and then we'll go ahead and make our tart. And this is a little bit more than what we need, which is fine. You can just freeze this and save it for another application. Take about 2/3 of this. Now what you can do, most people want to roll this out and then try to put it in here and press it around. You can do that if you want. I like to just break it in little pieces, like so. Take our pieces and just kind of press them. This just helps give it a more even layer. Don't worry about getting it super even quite yet, because we'll go around here in a minute once we get the bottom layer on. Go ahead and press it into an even layer. Should do it. And then we'll take these pieces, do the same to the bottom, making sure that you're pressing in those corners where it meets the sides really well. Then what we like to do, a little trick, we can take a flat bottom cup, lightly flour your hands, lightly flour the bottom of the glass, and just make sure that you're pressing up against the sides. And then once we have that ready, just want to take a knife and just cut off the very top. Just kind of clean it up. And then all this little extra scrap, just put with your other third that we saved. And just go ahead and save it in the freezer for another application. We're actually going to blind bake this. What we mean by blind baking is we're going to pre-cook this in the oven before we add our sabayon. This is just going to help ensure that this is completely cooked. We'll put this in the freezer for about 20 minutes. Then we'll take it out. We'll bake it at 350 for about 10 minutes. Then we'll rotate it and bake it for another 10 minutes until it's golden brown. All right, so we have our tart. We're going to go ahead and blind bake this off. I just like to take a piece of foil. You don't really need beans for this one. This isn't a pie crust. It's not really going to puff up on you. There's just a little trick you can do. Just kind of pull the foil up. Go ahead and pop that bad boy in there. 350 for at least 10 to 15 minutes, depending on your oven. And we'll come back and check on that. All right, so I went ahead and baked it for about 12 minutes. We'll go ahead and take that guy off. Flip it around. And I'll go ahead and bake it for probably about another 12 to 15 minutes, just until it's nice and lightly golden brown. All right, time is up. Looking really good. It didn't shrink too much because we put it in the freezer, so that's a nice little trick if you want to remember that one. Definitely keeping it cold. You don't want to go straight from, you know, kneading your dough, putting it in the tart shell, just going straight in the oven, because that's just the heat of the dough just going to make it shrink down. So just remember that. We're going to go ahead and let this set. for about probably 20-25 minutes, and then we'll go ahead and make the passion fruit Yuzu Sabayon, and then we'll go ahead and put it in here and finish our tart. All right, it's time to make our Yuzu and passion fruit Sabayon. So we'll take 2 eggs, 2 egg yolks, 3/4 cup of sugar. You want to go ahead and get a pot of water, get it boiling, and we'll go ahead and whisk up the eggs and the sugar. You want to whisk these up till they're light and frothy. You want a big bowl that's going to generate a lot of air. So make sure you get a wide bottom pot like this and a nice big bowl. All right, so we got our water simmering. Let's turn that down to medium. And then we'll go ahead and whisk this for about 2 minutes. Make sure you have a towel in your hand so you don't burn yourself. Just kind of hold on to the bowl. You're pretty much going to be whisking for the next 10 minutes, so keep that in mind. Make sure you get it around the sides. You don't want the eggs to curdle on the side. On the side, we have a 1/4 cup of passion fruit juice and a 1/4 cup of yuzu juice. So we're going to add this in thirds. We'll go ahead and add about 1/3 of our juice in. And you can pull it off from time to time, just so you're not constantly on heat. You see, I got the water at a light simmer. You don't want it a raging boil. And then just put it back on. We'll go ahead and put the next third in. In about another minute, we'll go ahead and add the last of the juice. And then we'll continue to whisk till it's nice and thick. All right, let's go ahead and add the last of the yuzu and passion fruit juice. Starting to get pale and fluffy on us. You want to make sure that you're only doing this for the 12 minutes you're standing here whisking. No phone calls, no texts, no YouTube videos. Don't watch my other videos while you're doing this. All right, so we start to get to this stage. You can start to see some ribbons forming. All right, starting to thicken up on us. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and kill the heat. You want to start slowly whisking in 6 tablespoons of butter. Our last little bit of butter right here. Give it one last good little whisk. See how you can see it forming trails in the bottom? That's what you want to see right there. That's the ribbon stage. And we just want to go ahead and add this beautiful Sabayon to our delicious tart. That looks pretty good. And then now what we want to do is go ahead and get our broiler on high, and then we're just going to broil this until it's lightly golden on top. Do not walk away from this. You definitely just want to get some color on top, and it's done. So you can broil this if you want. I like to just torch it. Why not? You're almost torching it like a creme brulee, but you're not adding the sugar to it. Alrighty, so we finished our beautiful tart. As you can see here, came out really nice. One thing we can do is actually put a bowl upside down to help take this tart off. So hopefully I did it right. Oh, there we go. It should just fall right off. Just like that. Beautiful tart. Check out that beautiful tart there. You just want to be very careful with it. It's very delicate. We got a meringue here. Passion fruit over the top. Let's get it.